Rivals.com here with new Georgia Tech commit, South Georgia offensive lineman Weston Franklin. Weston, first of all, congratulations, man. Obviously, you had plenty of offers, and you had a top 6 at one point. You kind of got it down to NC State, Virginia, Mississippi State, and, of course, Georgia Tech. You chose the in-state program, the Yellow Jackets. Let's just jump right into that first of all. I know talking to you, off the video, Brent Key was a big part of that decision. Talk about the type of role he played in you committing to the Yellow Jackets.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on. He did a great job of recruiting. I mean, he asked me how I want to be recruited, and I told him how I want to be recruited, and he really respected the way that I did that, and he respected me as well. And so, I mean, he just did a great job. I mean, he wasn't all about football every phone call we had. He talked about football plenty, but, I mean, he was asking about my family, how everything was, making sure I had everything I needed, and making sure I was doing great and everything like that, and helping me, giving me pointers throughout the season, off the season as well. And so, I mean, he just did a great job as a recruiter as well.
One thing I noticed when talking to you on the phone in the past, you've called him different, whether it be he recruited you differently, he maybe is a different type of coach. What do you think makes him different from others?
I feel like he really, truly cares about all his players. I know every coach cares about his players, but I feel like he tries to get to what every guy wants to get into in his recruitment. I mean, he cares about every guy in a different way. I mean, he doesn't, like he told me, he doesn't coach every guy the same. He coaches every guy different because every person in the world is different. So, I mean, that's just how he recruits and that's how he coaches. So, I mean, he just kind of played that in both roles. So that really stood out to me in this process.
Since, early mid-March for all of us has been a different world, and your plan
Yes, sir.
definitely got shaken up somewhat. Your plan was to go into the spring, take visits, make a decision around this time. But obviously visits didn't happen, and that
That's
the
right.
whole COVID-19 took over and, the virus came into the United States and schools shut down, visits were banned, all that kind of stuff. But you did trip to Georgia Tech a summer a year ago. How important was you getting to Atlanta back then in this decision?
It was huge because, I mean, the only school that I went to in my top 6 was Georgia Tech. So, I mean, that was just huge for me. And when I first went up to Georgia Tech, I was like, I'm interested in this program, but I never pictured myself going up there because I'm a country boy. I never thought about going to a big city. But when I went up there, it was a complete shock for me. I mean, it was nothing like what I expected, and that's what really stood out to me. And then the whole new coaching staff and everything like got going on. I mean, it's just been amazing. And the whole COVID-19 thing, it was a mess for me because, I mean, that one visit I had was huge. That really helped me make my decision in the end. And, I mean, I couldn't go any place anywhere. So, I mean, that was really huge for me.
Talk about that day, Weston. Obviously, you were there. They had a camp going on that day at Georgia Tech. You took part, though, in more visitation. Got a chance to see maybe the academic side, the facilities part. What do you think was the biggest takeaway from that day that helped them land you today?
I'd say, like I said, when I got up there on campus, it was nothing like I expected. I mean, I was expecting like the whole Atlanta buzz type thing, always noise making, everything like that. But when I got on campus, it was actually quiet and kind of peaceful, and that was really what stood out to me. I took part in watching some of the camp guys going around, how Coach Key coached and everything like that. And like you said, he coaches every guy different, and he takes part in coaching every guy that comes to camp. And that's what, I mean, it's just a humble guy that really stood out to me. And then going around campus, like I said, I mean, it was just like a quiet, peaceful place, and that's what I really want to look for in the college.
You've been that quote-unquote silent commit for a few weeks now. How hard was it for you to stay quiet and keep this kind of under wraps for a few weeks?
To me personally, it wasn't that hard. To my family, it was pretty difficult because I'm more of a quiet guy. I'm not all about the hype and everything like that. So, I mean, it wasn't too hard for me. I mean, people all around town was asking me, hey, where are you going, everything like that. And I just said, hey, I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. But, I mean, all along, I knew it the whole time. But for my family, it's kind of difficult and everything like that. So it was a fun process for sure.
Talk about you as a player a little bit. If the Tech fans haven't seen you play, haven't seen tape, all that kind of stuff, just describe to them what they're getting in the offensive lineman you are.
I'm a fast guy off the ball. I'm a fast switch guy. I'm a great bender, and I got good feet and everything like that. I'm a powerful guy. I like to finish blocks and everything like that. And I'm a multiple position guy. I can play all over the line. When I was down at IMG, I played every position except right guard, and I dominated at every position that I played. And throughout the whole national schedule that we played against top-ranked opponents every week. So I mean, they're definitely getting a good player with me.
Now you're back from IMG now to Wayne County, where you started. You'll finish there this year as a senior. Tell us
That's right.
about what life is like down in Jesup, Georgia. What do you guys do for fun down there? What's going on? Obviously, your internet connection may not be the same as it is in Atlanta at Georgia Tech. You know, we've had a little bit of bump and stuff along the way here in this video. But what do you guys do in Jesup, you know, to pass time when you're not playing football?
They really ain't too much down here in Jesup, man. I mean, it's always hanging out with friends and family and everything like that. I mean, we go to the river and lakes and hang out with friends and stuff like that. But I mean, other than that, there ain't really a whole much to do. You got to go out of town to do something fun or go out somewhere nice to eat like that. So I mean, it's just a small town life for sure.
You know, are you a fisherman? Are you a hunter? Like what do you like to do in your free time?
I definitely like to hunt and fish. I was growing up on it. I mean, just hunting fish is like I said. I mean, I like to spend time with friends and family. That's what really truly cares about me is just friends and family. I mean, it's a big part of my life and everything like that. So I mean, I don't really do a whole much outside of football. That's what my really focus is on. I'm always in the weight room or on the field somewhere, or you can find me out in the woods somewhere. So that's about it.
Well, what about you? Give us a little bit of insight about what Weston loves to eat, man. What's that food that you can go to and you can eat every day, 7 days in the week, you know, every day of the month?
I have to say, Granny or Mama's cooking. I mean, it's always something different, always something good. All that soul food is something different.
Is like the old school like fried chicken type foods? Like what kind of foods do they
Yes, sir.
prepare?
Fried chicken, chicken and dumplings and stuff like that, rice and beans, all that kind of stuff. So cornbread and everything like that. So that's what it's about.
Yeah, I mean that's probably gonna be the hardest part for you to pick up and leave and go to Atlanta without having that mama and granny's cooking every day, every weekend.
That's right. It's gonna be different for sure, but I'm ready to take it on and see how it goes.
Now you can grab some chili dogs from the varsity and stuff like that over there at Georgia Tech.
That's right.
Hey, talk about a little bit going back to Georgia Tech. You know, I was talking and we were talking on the phone, and you were saying you talked to some guys, other commits, you know, on Zoom calls. I mean, who are some guys you've gotten to know a little bit already as far as commitments at Georgia Tech, and what's that camaraderie or even friendship like that's developed the last few weeks for you guys?
Uh, the commit still don't know I've committed yet, but I've talked with Chaden Perry a couple of times. Me and him have a good relationship. The QB from Cali that's committed to Georgia Tech. I've talked with Eli Ritchie a couple of times, and I mean it's just been a great experience so far. We've actually had a Zoom call with the Georgia Tech staff, kind of like a trivia night, see what coach liked what, and that was definitely a fun experience that we had. We all enjoyed that. Just something fun away from football that we like to do and stuff like that. So I mean it's been a fun process. We're learning all those guys and getting to know them and everything.
I guess last question for you, Weston. I mean, we'll let you get back to maybe mama or granny's cooking or the woods and go down to the river or the lake or something, or maybe a drive-in movie night, who knows, but with social distancing, of course. You know, but what are you most excited about when you're thinking about the future at Georgia Tech and playing for Coach Key, playing for Jeff Collins, and what they're doing there in Atlanta? What are you most excited about looking forward ahead?
I'm just ready to get the season started and see how everything goes because this is the first class that Georgia Tech has actually took offensive linemen in that they want. The first year they got there, Coach Key and Coach Collins actually made a decision not to take any offensive linemen because they needed other positions that were more important. And not to diss the offensive linemen, but they need offensive linemen are important as well. But they needed some other guys to help them win. But I'm just excited to get up there and see how everything goes and kind of get what their plan is in place and just see how it unfolds.
Well, Weston, always a pleasure, man. Thanks so much for your time. And again, congrats to you and your family on this commitment to Georgia Tech.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Mr. Chad.